1 2 1 2, and I say 1 2. We are in the building down in Sports Talk. I am left-handed at RM Des on Twitter. That's my code D right there in the building. NFC champion, Yada Bear in the house. Just give it up one time. NFC champs in the building.
Yes.
What's good? What's the
Uh,
deal? Speak your mind. You got the floor.
there we go, folks. Here we go. What have I been saying the whole season? The whole season. I don't care about being undefeated. I don't care about the record. The goal of the season is to get to the big dance. And guess where we are at? Guess who's coming to Arizona, baby? Your NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. You see that 31 behind me? You see that 31 points we put up on those sorry 49ers? Oh, the 49ers got the best defense in the league right now. They're one of the most complete teams in the league right now. Oh my God. Defensive player of the year. Bosa on the edge. Guess what Bosa did in that game? Nothing. He laid a big goose egg against Lane Johnson, who was playing with a torn groin. I don't think y'all heard that. Lane Johnson, Bosa, one-on-one with a torn groin injury. And Bosa got nothing. No sacks, no quarterback hurries, nothing. Okay, he has a little calf injury going against a guy who has a torn groin, who have to play going backwards with a grown man coming towards you at full speed. Okay? Full speed. No comparison. None at all. We killed them. The game was over in the first quarter. Okay? And again, the disrespect from my man Hassan Reddick have continued going on the full season, and only thing he does is get better and better. He closed the game out on his own. Close it out on his own. It's one guy coming off the edge, pressuring the quarterback, knocked him out the game. Knocked him out the game. Knocked him out the game so bad, my man on the sideline, he said, I can't throw the ball. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then again, to make matters even worse, we had terrible field position the whole entire game. The whole entire game. The 49ers have a good defense. They held us on our side of the field the whole entire game. One drive, we drove 98 yards. We ran the ball down their throat. And it was like a sneaky run attack, because it wasn't like we was getting 10, 12 yards a carry. 2 yards here, 4 yards here, 6 yards here. All that matters. And at the end of the day, we ended up in the end zone. Okay? My man Miles Sanders, 2 first half touchdowns. Even Boston Scott got a little something. He got a touchdown too. It was ridiculous. Like, I know, me being an Eagles fan, of course I want to hype up my team. But when I look at the 49ers, I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan's like, yo, what was your game plan? What was the plan? Brock went down, and then you had Josh Johnson
Josh
coming
Johnson.
there, and you don't even protect him. This guy ain't played in years. He's super cold off the bench. He didn't even expect to play at all.
Talk your
You
ish.
you bring him in, and you don't use a tight end, an extra tight end to help on that side. You don't bring check off the bench. He's the only fullback in in the NFL right now. You don't bring him off the bench to help with the blocking scheme. You just left that guy back there by himself to fend for himself with these dogs coming after him. Come on, what did y'all expect? What do y'all expect to happen? I keep telling you guys, we are something different on the defensive side. We are not the Cowboys. We are not the Seahawks. We're not anybody that they play in a sorry division. People keep saying, oh, well, who did the Eagles play? Y'all was just on the Giants jock 2 weeks ago. The Giants is the hottest team in football. Yo, if I was playing, I wouldn't want to play the Giants this week. They're the hottest team. Oh, Daniel Jones this, Daniel Jones that. We smashed them. 7 points. That's the ongoing theme. 7 points. And then this week, 49ers, best defense, scary. Oh, they so talented. Playmakers. Like, come on now. The level of disrespect that my team get each and every week is just motivation for us to be better. And each and every week, we show you that we are better. We can win anyway. We can run it down your throat, or we can air it out. And Jalen Hurts, he didn't even have the best game. He had an actually pretty bad game. Pretty bad game. But when it matters, he stepped up and he got the job done. And now we're going to Arizona. Or we're going to meet up with our old coach. You know, Coach Reed couldn't get it done here. He was here for like 14 years. And now we're going to meet him in Arizona. I feel like he owes us a Super Bowl. And I feel
Oh
like
damn.
we're going to go. I feel like we're going to go.
Let's go.
Okay. Matter of fact, we're not going to call this the Super Bowl. We're going to call it the Kelsey Bowl. Okay, because my man Jason Kelsey is the best center in football right now. He is the best. Okay. The Super Bowl party going to be all up and down Broad Street. They greasing the poles again right now. Okay, they about to board up Center City. They getting all that taken care of because we're gonna tear that city apart once the Eagles
And you
win.
know what? You know what? This is down in Sports Talk, man. And Yada been rocking out. She's an Eagles fan. She's a Philly through and through. So she's getting all her space. This is all about rocking out. Said it all year long. So she's getting her space to do what she do. You know what I mean? And she deserves it. Her team deserves it. So you rock out, talk about whatever you need to talk about, get it out, let it out. It's on you. Whatever you need to talk about, it's on you. You deserve it. You're the champion.
Hey,
You need
thank
to
you,
play that.
thank you.
You need to play that song
Go ahead.
again and remind people. Remind people who the NFC champion is.
Remind them who the champs are.
Uh-oh. There you have it.
There
There
we
you
go.
have it. Shout out
Listen,
to everybody
we
in the
got
chat room, man. Respect. You know what I
yes.
mean? We bugging out. But yeah, go ahead. Finish. It's on you. You
No,
do
I
your thing.
was gonna say it's
Talk
gonna,
your
it's
talk
gonna, it's
your
gonna
ish.
be a hell of a game, but right now we are enjoying this win. You know, we we had the first lady in the building with her Eagles gear on, Dr. Jill Biden up there chilling. You know, you have Kevin Hart out there, you had Joel Embiid out there, Bradley Cooper was out there. You know, the stars come out. They come out
Mike
for a
Trout.
Mike Trout always at the game.
The only time he go to the playoffs is when he go to Eagle games.
It's when you go to an Eagles game. That's right. That's the closest he going to get to a playoff. But I mean, listen, this team, something special. You know, Jalen Jalen Hurts is something special. He got a lot to prove. He always been an underdog, going all the way back. His years in Alabama. Look to the kid to it. Took his spot. He went to Oklahoma, went there, took that starting spot. So he's no um he's not afraid of adversity. He's been dealing with that, and I just want to give Jalen Hurts his prop because he started out shaky here in Philly. Being drafted in the second round where we already thought we had our starting quarterback. We thought we had a quarterback of the future because we just gave Carson Wentz all of this money and then we drafted him in the second round. And of course, us being Philly fans, of course we gave him some slack and we was like, yo, I don't understand this pick. But with Howie being the mastermind that he is, the GM, he should be GM of the year because he's gonna get us another Super Bowl. He's seen what we didn't see yet. He came in, took the starting spot. It was a little sketchy last year. There was a lot of running, not that much throwing. And he took this off season and he worked his butt off. And now he's a really good all around quarterback. And I love to see when, you know, players of that caliber go and work hard in the off season, because he could be out there partying. He's young, he could be out there partying, going on vacations, just living up his life. But instead, he took his time to grind out to perfect his craft, and now it pays off because guess what? He's going to the Super Bowl. And this Super Bowl is something crazy because this is the first Super Bowl we have two black starting quarterbacks. That's something else, that we should recognize and applaud. Like, it's crazy to think that in 2023, this is the first time we had two black starting quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. That's crazy to me. So it's exciting to see. Right now, I'm just, I'm just living it up. Everybody in Philly is happy. You know, everybody, shaking hands and walking around with big smiles. It's different when your team is in the Super Bowl. It's real. It's real different. He said, "Well, 1/3 black." I mean, listen. Look at Patrick Mahomes. He's a light skinned guy.
I saw what you did there, but I ain't gonna say that. I saw what you did there. Um, yeah, I feel like I want to give myself some props, yo.
Yeah.
Real talk, because I said, and I told whoever would listen, and I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers dude through and through, right? I told whoever would listen that Jalen Hurts is the truth. Jalen Hurts is gonna be the truth. Now, Yada was just talking. She was saying like how he got played out at Oklahoma, right? Alabama thing. So he had three quarterbacks that he had to deal with, which are all in the NFL. You didn't talk about Jalen Hurts when you brought up Tua, when you brought
No.
up Baker Mayfield, when you brought up Kyler Murray. You didn't
Yeah.
talk about Jalen Hurts. I thought Jalen Hurts was nice. Yeah, the arm thing, and could he get the ball? That was the only thing that I was hearing from people. And I was talking to mainly Eagle fans. Shout out Yada,
Mm-hmm.
shout out Mr. J, shout out Deshaun, shout out all those Eagle fans. And all y'all was saying the common denominator, it wasn't like you were mad at Jalen Hurts. It was
No.
that if he gets his arm together, his accuracy together, because you had weapons around him, right? This was after y'all got AJ, and after you got the Smith kid and all that, Dallas Goddard, all that. You got running backs, you got shit around him. So the conversation was, yeah, if Jalen Hurts can get his accuracy together and his arm strength for this and that and the third, okay. But it was kind of tepid. It
Mm-hmm.
don't front. It was kind of tepid. I was like, I'm telling you, yo, I'm telling
Yeah.
you. And again, Jalen Hurts plays his game. And at the end of the day, I think that he's in a perfect situation. You know what I mean? We know the story with Philly and the black quarterbacks and things of that nature. And again, like my people said, it was like, yeah, well, 1/3 in this situation is going to be black. Going back to your statement about this is the first time that we have 2 black starting quarterbacks. I'm going to do some homework for next week's show.
Okay.
I'm going to write this down. When did we have a situation where we could have had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl? Right? So I'm just saying, like, it just fell perfect.
Okay.
Like, even if the 49ers would have won, we still would have had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Josh Johnson and Patrick Mahomes, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
not to be on no nonsense and nothing like that. But again, this is historic. You know what I mean? Again, going back to first was the 2 black head coaches, which was dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first black quarterback to do his thing, and I remember when Doug Williams lit up Denver. You know what I mean? So again, this is super dope. You know what I mean? And again, we're talking about it. And again, we have something else to talk about besides what's going on out here in society right now. We have something real positive. We got 2 black quarterbacks, young guys. And this is not their first time that they're going to be back in these situations. I think we got our first guest in the building.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
You want to get some money? You want to try to get some money? We're going to introduce you to somebody who's getting some money, who's gotten some money. I don't know if I said too much, my bad.
A little bit money. A little bit. Change.
What up, Tip? What's good? How are you, sweetheart? Thank you for joining the show down in Sports Talk. We're in the building. You never know who's going to pop up, but we do it for y'all. We do what we can for the community. Help us to help you. So we doing that right now. We got Tiff in the building doing her thing. She's heavy into the numbers aspect. I'll put it nicely.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So what's going on, lady? What's up with you?
I'm actually watching the games now.
Okay.
But I bet, guys. Yeah, a girl that bets. I'm heavy into it. Thanks to my husband. I love it. It's great. I watch this show just so that I can get some opinions when I'm a little stuck. I watch
respect
almost every show just so that I can get some opinions. How do they feel about this, that, and the third when I'm stuck? And I just put what they say to the pen and the paper and I get busy. And if it works, great. But if it doesn't, I live for another day. So that's the way that it works.
So talk a little bit about what when what you see and what you particularly bet on and what where you are and with particular players, and some players might have get rebounds, and do you bet on that aspect of the game? Talk about that a little bit.
So I'm not biased at all. I bet on everything. When I say everything, I bet on everything. You name it, I'm betting on it. So from football, college basketball, college football, hockey. I'm trying to get into golf, but it's a little boring. But if I can make money off of it, it's up. Right now, it's heavy in the basketball season, so I'm betting on basketball right now. I actually got like 4 tickets in. My husband and I actually did a real good ticket without arguing. Because we normally
that always works.
Everything. But we did a real good ticket tonight. But when it comes to betting, especially on basketball, you really gotta know what you're looking for. Pretty much, my number one rule is don't bet more than what you eat. So I'm not betting any more than $5. I ain't gonna hold you. But I look for my points, my rebounds, and my assists. A nice little parlay. I mean, my husband thinks I'm crazy because I bet more than I say between 15 to 20 in the parlay. Most people don't, but it moves and shakes for me. I make a couple of coins, and when I say a couple of coins, a couple of bands, and I go about my business.
So explain to people who might be interested but not really sure. Explain what a parlay is.
So a parlay is single legs, and when I say legs, those are different plays in between players. So, like for instance, a single leg can be DeMar DeRozan for 25 points. That's one leg. You add him for one. You can do Levine for 6 assists. So that'll be two. You'll do, if I mess up the names, I have their names I can't even pronounce, so I ain't gonna hold you, but I know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You can do Giannis for 13 rebounds. You
Okay.
can do Embiid for 10 rebounds and James
Mm-hmm.
Harden for 10 assists. If you put
Okay.
all of those together, that is a parlay. Now, the
Okay.
thing about a parlay is all of them have to hit in
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
order for you to win. So you got to be
Right.
on your P's and Q's as well as they have to be on their P's and Q's in order to win. So you kind of sort of have to know and they have to be on point. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I got a question.
Right.
So right
So
now, what's the hot bet right now?
So a hot bet right now, I would say, when is LeBron going to hit this? When is he going to hit this Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Yeah.
little
the scoring
situation?
record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the referees do him right, I
Uh
Uh
mean,
oh. Uh oh.
and
Uh oh.
last I checked before I tapped into y'all, I believe he only had 5 points, so it don't look like it's going to be anytime.
And they
I
playing the
mean,
Knicks tonight, right?
yeah, it's still
Yeah,
early. It's still
it's,
early.
it's still early, but I hope he moving shake because I got him for 29 points, so I need him to make it shake, really
Yeah.
Yeah.
shake
Yeah.
tonight.
He gonna step it up. Absolutely. Absolutely. He
Yeah,
gonna step it up.
Yeah, it's
Let's go,
early.
LeBron. So
yes,
you heard?
please
See, I
let's
said.
go,
See,
LeBron.
Yada. See, I said it.
I see.
Let's go,
I see.
LeBron. See?
Because right now, what is it? ESPN and everybody is predicting that February 7th home game against the Thunder is the game for him to break the record. So that's
Mm.
what they are predicting and projecting. I mean, he's only 117 points away.
Yeah.
So if he, put up 28, 30 points today, and then another like 25 the next game. I mean, I can see it happen. It's really, you
And
know,
that's what they're opening him up with every day on FanDuel. They're opening him up for you to bet on is like 28, 29 points. So I mean,
oh
it is something they can possibly do.
yeah. So
Oh,
right now,
he got 9 now.
yeah. So he got nine. Yeah, he got 9 points
He got
now.
9. He got 9 points.
Oh, and
Woohoo!
it's at halftime, so
Yeah.
it's a
It's
little slow
halftime.
start. But so since the Super Bowl is coming up, and I see that it's pretty much even. It was like what 1.5 point spread right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Do you see the line moving or becoming like even closer to the game? Like, do the line move a lot when it's
Oh
closer to
yes.
the game?
The line moves every day. The
Okay.
line moves more than every day. The line moves like constantly. Like when I say every day, like oh my goodness, I can create a ticket, let it sit for 2 hours, and it'll move. Like I did a ticket earlier today, and within 15 20 minutes, it moved.
Mm.
So it moves constantly. So the best time to actually put in a ticket is in the morning because that's as soon as everything opens up. But you don't know who's playing too.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that can also throw you off. So it's like you got to pick your poison.
I got a I got a wild prop bet for the Super Bowl, right?
Uh-oh.
And you know me,
Here
I'm wild. I smoke too much.
we
I'm
got the
sorry.
off the wall. Off the
I
wall.
got an off the wall wild prop bet, right?
Uh,
Yada follow, Tiffy follow. Ja Morant total points, right? Against what's the kid number 10 on the Chiefs? Pacheco, right?
Okay.
Oh, he fell out.
Oh, you fell out. Must have had little technical issues on that part. But,
Not cool, but
but go ahead.
don't judge me. I told y'all. I bet, but I ain't all
Uh,
the way there yet. Did you say John Morant? Ain't he a basketball player?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's why I said little. It's gonna be wild. That's why look. That's why the internet blew them out. Like get
That's
out of
all
here
too
with that.
late.
Get them out of here with
That's
that. But I know like betting like football games they have a lot of wild things you could bet on. Like um who's the first one going to score a touchdown,
Yes.
things like that. Do you
My
make a
bad,
lot of money
y'all.
on that too? Like
Oh,
My
you
um
make
bad,
bread
y'all.
off of that. Oh, no problem. You
mhm,
make bread. You make crazy bread off of that. So one thing about sports betting is you'll see a lot of things in a negative because the chances of that happening is like really high. If you
mhm,
see it in a positive, oh, that means that the chances of that happening is slim to none. So the first touchdown, you're going to see that in the positive because you never know
yeah.
who is going. That's just like the first basket or
Mhm.
in basketball. That I try to do a first basket ticket all the time because 50 cents can make you a millionaire.
Yo,
Ooh,
that's crazy.
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
50 cents can make you a millionaire. You only need like four legs on you and make you a
Nice.
millionaire right off the bat. You're just like what you don't even need that. You need an early cash out. Just
Uh,
let two of them hit.
yeah.
Two. Two. And it
Damn.
just take you. You
Damn.
just need and that'll give you half. So you figure if you get a ticket that's 999,000, two of
Mhm.
them hit, you get 500,000. They
That's
take 20
crazy.
they
That's
take 24% for taxes right off the bat. I take that.
yeah, yeah, no doubt. Off of 50 cent, yeah. Take what you look, IRS. Take what you need out of there, okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. I do actually. I just did a first basket ticket.
Yeah.
I did Jokic. I did Kyrie. And to be honest with you, I don't remember who else I did, but I know it was like 6 people in there.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
when I was just telling him this earlier, so when Jokic got the ball, he got the tick. He passed it. He got the ball back. I sat up
Oh.
instantly. I sat up so quick. My husband was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I did a first basket." And I was like, "I took Jokic." We both looking like.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a
And
crazy
Jokic
bet.
shot it, but he missed it. So
Oh.
We got Win Walker in the house. Sorry, y'all. We got some technical difficulties. We got Win Walker in the building. What up, man?
Hey, what's
hello.
going on?
We talking money right now. We talking money right now. So
All right,
so
all
what y'all?
right,
So
all
what you
right.
was talking about? Jokic? What happened?
The first basket.
Yeah, she put a first basket
Oh, the
bet
first yeah,
The
on
first
the first
basket.
basket.
Jokic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yo.
that first
That's
basket
that's
make
kind of
you
like
a
that's kind of
millionaire.
like the lottery.
Yeah,
So,
I
Yes.
feel like it, right?
And that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
even
it's kind of
with
like the lottery.
the first touchdown too. That first touchdown,
Hmm.
that'll get you some bread too because the odds of it is so crazy. Like it's
Yeah.
so crazy. I'm just like, whoo. I get so nervous because I think it's the adrenaline for me that keeps me coming back.
It's
Right.
Like
almost like a drug. It's almost like a drug. Like
it
soon,
is.
soon as you get your first hit on that ticket, it's like, oh, I won.
The very first ticket was the night that KD got 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and he scored 40 points.
Nice.
11 games. My husband is 6'2", 280 pounds. I've never seen him jump up for joy ever. ever. He was screaming and jumping.
Oh
And
wow.
then ever since then, we've been hooked.
Link D said he put 50 that the first Super Bowl TD would be a run. Okay.
That who?
Yeah,
That the
and we was
first
talking
Super Bowl
about
touchdown
before we
will
got
be a
cut
run.
off. I was gonna say this prop bet, this crazy prop bet, because the Grizzlies are playing the Celtics on Super Bowl Sunday. So
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say John Morant's total points against maybe Gainwell's rushing yards.
So
Um,
how
Total
many
points.
points you think Ja Morant going to get? Because you
I
got to
mean,
get down the
Super Bowl
total.
Sunday they're in Boston. Maybe about I go for 25. I think he'll do his average. I think he'll go for his average. But then you put that against Gainwell of the Eagles rushing yards. So who's going to have more?
How many? How?
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
it don't work like that. So you either gotta put down. You got to do a parlay for them. So that
But
means
that's
that you
a
got to
that
put.
no, Tiffy, hold on. That's a prop bet. That's just a prop bet because like you'll see a lot of those coming up. Like when the closer we
Oh
get to
yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday,
Oh,
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know what they talk
Especially
about?
in
so like
Hold up,
Vegas.
verse
you know what they talk about? Like how
right.
long is the
Oh, that's
national
the only thing
anthem?
that you'll be able to
Who's going
bet.
to win the coin toss? That type of stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
type of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah. Like
yeah,
you'll
we in
get
the
some
building,
good
man.
bets
We
like that.
bugging out tonight, man. The ladies is in the building talking money. So we gonna talk money. We got the NFC champion in the house. You know what I
Right.
mean? We got my man Winwalk in the house. He's still, he's Pittsburgh Steelers all
Yeah,
day. You know what I mean? He's
yeah.
not he's not over Franco. He's not over Franco Harris passing away.
Oh no.
He's chilling.
That's
What's
real
Listen,
up, man?
bad.
What's good? What's
He's
good?
great. Hey, what's going
Huh?
down? Yo, I'm gonna give props out to Yardabird and them Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. We
there we
we
go.
both in pen. So hey, we got
There
we
we
got the
go.
sister of brotherly love. Send a shout out to you, RM Desk, the mayor's in the building.
Salute.
Hey, how you doing, Chanel?
Salute.
You in the
Hi.
building? Yeah, we
Yeah.
give a big salute. But I know Philadelphia's supposed to be there right now, but what I just want to say to the American public, the Chiefs are
Uh
not
oh.
supposed to be
I'm
right now.
here.
The Chiefs are
And
not
they,
supposed to be there.
they're not. They got cheated for different occasions. They got cheated for, not against, for. Bottom line.
I didn't want to talk about that, but
We here
Link
now. We
says,
locked down.
you know,
Might as well.
Link says, do the Steelers need a new coach? I think the
No,
Steelers is good. They good. Mike Tomlin is good. That's not even
Hey,
a topic for discussion.
listen. He's he still hasn't had a losing season, so I don't
Yeah.
think the coach is the problem. I think the problem is getting this quarterback situation under wraps and
Hey, win. Wasn't they like 2-6?
when?
Wasn't the
This year?
Steelers like 2-6? And
No.
they finished 9-8.
nah, that wasn't
Huh?
2-6. They was like
What was they? They was 2 and
Three.
something. They was 2-5, 2-4.
they're like
They was 2 games
2-4, and then they won a
under
winning
Yeah,
500.
streak.
we was 2-4, then we was
Yeah,
3-4.
yeah, they was
Yeah,
2-4 or something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
they was talking about if Mike Tomlin was and he wore on his welcome or was him and the Steelers. Knock it off, man.
I don't like their
Knock it off.
quarterback too much.
Tomlin is perfect for the Steelers. Perfect.
Yeah, they gotta get
And the
they
Steelers
gotta
don't
get the
get rid. The
quarterback
Steelers
situation.
don't get rid of coaches.
Oh
The
no,
Steelers
they only
don't do
had
that.
3 coaches. They only had
They
3.
only had 3.
They only had 3 coaches that they
And
the
if you
whole entire
can't name them, then something's wrong with you.
they got
3.
3 coaches.
Chuck
Come
Noll,
on.
Chuck
Come on.
Noll, Bill Cowher,
Come on.
Big
and
Carroll.
Mike Tomlin. That's it.
Yep. That's it.
That's
Just
it.
3.
And
That's
6
all they
Super
had.
Bowls out of the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to throw
Each
you had
one
to throw that in there. Yeah,
Oh,
he had to
each
throw that
one
in
of
there.
them
respect.
won
You
a
got
Super
to.
Bowl. Each one won
Huh?
2 Super Bowls at least. Each one
Yeah.
There you
won
go.
a Super Bowl. Each coach.
That's it. So, hey,
Listen,
Tiffy, what we looking at? I mean, look, how many points LeBron got now? LeBron got 10 points now.
Oh, hold on, let me check.
We trying to get some money.
Right.
listen.
Right,
Oh, I
right,
Listen.
was
right.
looking at the
But I mean, when we talk about this
9.
Chiefs Bengal game, um, to me it was already looking like it was going to be a shaky game because I feel like the Bengals offensive line gave them everything they got against Buffalo. Like they gave it all. You know, that offensive line on that left side was just put together with hopes, dreams, and bubblicious on that side.
Right, right,
Okay.
right.
So I
Uh-oh,
feel
we got
like they gave up everything in that Buffalo game. And then when it came to going to Kansas City, um they just didn't have that much smoke left in them. You know, they did everything they had, and it kind of like went dry in Kansas City. Um, I gotta look at the defense coordinator because when you got Patrick, we all know Patrick Mahomes is a wounded animal back there. You gotta keep blitzing this guy. You gotta make him uncomfortable in that pocket. You gotta move him around. And what I have seen, it was like where where's the blitz? Where's the pressure? Like I don't understand what's going on with these coaches. Like even when they play the Jags, I'm like, you gotta keep the pressure on this guy. Like he can't even stand on that ankle. He can't put any pressure on it. And nobody was blitzing him. When last week I'm looking at the defense, I'm like, you have to make this guy uncomfortable. You got to make him move. You got to make him scramble more. And they didn't do that. He was super comfortable in the pocket. He didn't even look that
Mm.
uncomfortable at all. So I gotta look at the defense side on that. Like, what's up?
JD. Yo, JD, connect your mic and your camera, yo. We can't add you yet. Connect your mic and your camera. We got you.
Lane T said that's like
I want to know why.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I
minute. Let me read this.
want to know why with Patrick Mahomes. Huh?
Lane T
What?
comment. He says that's like he a Waffle House cook, but maybe there's a Ruth Chris cook out there. Do I always
I
want Waffle House or do I want to try the steak? Like Lake is up here bugging. I love it.
All right, so the homie said the first half, Kansas State and Kansas is up. What are we doing with the second half over under? I think that game is on. I'm not going to say the channel, but I think that game is on. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
watching it now. Kansas State and Kansas. So, Tiff, talk a little bit more about the hockey thing because I want to talk to my hockey people a little bit because I don't give them. I haven't been giving them no love. They complaining at
Oh,
me.
hockey
So,
is
how does the
great.
hockey? How does the hockey bets work?
Hockey is great. Hockey is the same as any other sport. The good thing about hockey is they don't score much. So the over
Right.
unders, meaning the total score, you really don't have to put
Right.
too much into it.
Right.
So
Mhm.
that's great. Um, Hockey, I've really taught myself hockey. The best team right now for me is the Bruins, even though I am born and
Yeah,
raised
they on a
in New
19th Street.
Jersey. You
Right.
would think that the Devils would be number one on my team, like number one for me, but to be honest, no. I go for the Bruins.
Yeah, the Brewers is yeah, they was hot. They still got a nice little streak going on. So shout out to them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Right.
homie said hockey is like baseball. Yeah, I'm
Right.
watching
I
the
love baseball too. Baseball starts in like a week because you can actually bet on the spring. I mean the preseason. So the
uh-huh.
first
Oh,
week
oh,
bet
okay.
under for
Really?
the over under.
You can bet on that right now.
So what are you betting on in preseason for baseball? What the
You
wins?
can
The
bet
over
on
under for
anything.
wins?
So you can bet on the spread. You can bet on the money line, which is who wins. So either team, you could bet on that, or you could do the over under, which is the total score. If they're going to go over what Vegas is saying, or if they're going to go under. And to be
Mm.
honest, last year somebody hit a whole under ticket. Like every team, they just put them under and hit. So
Mm.
just bet under because they practicing.
Mm.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like you said, just guess over, under, get, or take 3 points. Okay.
Yep. So, but hockey is the same way. The only thing about hockey is with hockey, even though they score kind of low, they can catch up real quick. So even though the spread always starts off at like 1.5, they can
Mm-hmm.
jump from 1.5, and then next thing you know, you look at the total, and they'll be at like 9. You'd be like,
Mm.
what just happened? And they play in what, 3 periods?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your largest period is either the first or the third. And
Mm.
you can actually bet on that too. What
Okay.
period has the largest scores? I'd be looking for the
Okay.
smallest things to get the biggest
Mm-hmm.
loophole. So I'd be reading
So
like
you could bet.
what.
So you could bet like over unders for the period if they score like under 2 goals or over 2 goals or whatever, over
Mhm.
1 goal or whatever. You could do that. Okay.
Correct.
Nice.
Correct.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So I go through it, and depending on what sports book you look, every sports book is different. So like if you use FanDuel, if you use DraftKings, if you use whatever else, just read what their bets are, because depending on what the bet is, you can get some bread depending on what it is. Like I said, oh, you could bet on tennis too. If you know how tennis scores,
Mm-hmm.
love, and all that other stuff like that, you can get some bread for that too. So
Mm.
No, that's right.
learn
Get it how you
different
live.
sports.
Yeah.
Word.
Learn different sports. I don't care. Like once you start putting money on it, get it.
Yeah,
Get
it
it.
starts to take a different meaning when you put money on it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
wanna learn everything you can. You want to find out who's playing, who's hurt. You know what I mean? What advantages that you have or whatever, because it's your money. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
then when you want to bet, those numbers be looking crazy. That's why they play with you like that. You got the half point
Yeah.
parlay card. You got the super teaser. You got the teaser. You know what I mean? Like
Now
the super
with the
teaser be like,
teasers,
yo,
I don't like the
huh?
teasers because I
Yeah,
feel
the
like that's
teaser
a
cards is
setup.
like, oh man,
I
you
feel
got to
like
bet a
that's a
hundred of
setup.
them to win some money.
Oh wow.
Like I
That's like
saw a
Yeah,
playing
teaser
penny
today.
slots.
I
yeah,
saw a
and
teaser today
and the
where they said you could.
the half point parlay is the one that gets me. I could have
Yeah.
6 on a ticket and have 5 of them good. I remember one, was it last year? Seattle was playing Tampa Bay. I had
Mm.
6 games on my parlay. One, I had Tampa Bay plus 6, and they lost by 5.
Oh wow. How
Wait,
My
you
you had
Pop
plus
Tarts did not
6 and they
taste.
lost
My
by
Pop Tarts
5.
did not taste the same for a week.
Wait, you had plus 6 and they lost
I
by
had plus
5.
6. Yep.
You still should have won.
Huh?
You still should have
I
won.
had plus. I had plus. No, I had plus. Yeah, Tampa Bay was +6, and they lost by 7. Now, I lost that game.
Oh, okay,
I
because I was
lost that
about to
game.
say
They
if you
lost by
lost by
7. I
5, you
lost
still
that
should
game.
have won.
Yeah, I lost that. I lost that game by 1 point. And what happened? No, what happened was Tiffy. The game with the overtime. That's what happened. The
Oh
game with
yeah,
the
and
overtime, and Seattle got a touchdown.
always
That's how I lost. The
and
game with the overtime.
please make sure you read all the fine print on your bookies too, because to this day my husband and I argue. FanDuel has this one like bet that says it's like where on basketball they can't win every quarter. So you can either
okay.
bet,
Okay.
like for instance, the Knicks are playing the Lakers. You can either pick
Mm-hmm.
for the Lakers to win every quarter or the Knicks to pay every quarter. Or you can do any other result. So any other result means exactly what it is. Either
Right.
the Knicks can miss a quarter, and then the Lakers can hit every other quarter. Like, does that make sense? Or like they can win 3 out of the 4 or win 2 out of the 4, whatever the case may be.
I follow.
Man, DJ and I be arguing because he swear that's not right, but that's what the instructions say. And I'm like, read the instructions. But every time I put it on my ticket, it hit. But he'd be like, no, you going that's whatever, sir.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's
Yeah,
why.
no,
That's I see you, Link. Link is
yeah,
like, yo, Vegas wasn't. Vegas is not built for you to win. So yeah, you just go how you
Right.
feel, and you know what I
yeah,
mean, and do what you do. You know what I mean? Salute. Word up.
yeah. He
Right.
But
said,
So just make sure you win the
I
final.
want to give the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to give the Kansas City Chiefs a little love because I know
yeah, go,
Sterain
yeah,
Wonder. Shout out Boot Camp Click. Sterain Wonder is a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I know I was chopping it up with my man Rock Ness, and I'm trying to get Sterain to come up here and talk some ish to me about the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think my thing is with the Chiefs is that Mahomes, for all the moving around that he does in the pocket, he always seems to find that one guy that's open, be it Kelsey, be it Pacheco, be it Scanlon, all the time. They always know
yeah,
how to find that little opening in the defense, and he finds it. Like, you know what I mean? If you could shut that down, but how do you shut that down? And then that kid Pacheco, they done forgot about Tyreek Hill. They forgot about him. They ain't worried about Tyreek Hill no more. He's in Miami. He's good. They got somebody else to replace him.
hmm.
So you know what I mean?
I mean, when you talk about the Chiefs, it's a lot, that goes with it. And I heard something interesting on TV today when they were talking about Andy Reid, and they was stating that Andy
Uh-huh.
Reid is calling majority of the plays. So in my head, I always thought that Eric Benenemy was calling majority of the plays, but it's Andy Reid. So now that kind of make me think like, is that why Eric don't get too many head coaching calls because he's not the one calling the plays? That kind of made me
You know
think
what?
about
I mean, if you it's something to think about. But again, he's been in that spot for a minute.
it.
He is highly regarded as an OC. You know what I mean? And even if Andy Reid is calling the plays, and they're working, and Eric Bieniemy's he's still getting his just due. He still deserves to be a head coach somewhere. But if Andy
Hmm.
Reid is calling the plays, I'm like, well, what is Eric Bieniemy doing?
That's my point. It's like, so
You know what I
if
mean? Yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
No
just a
doubt.
relay
So,
guy. That's it.
huh?
That's it. He's just a relay guy.
Just a
He's a
relay
he's a
guy.
relay
relay
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear
yeah,
you.
like and Andy picked the plays, give it to Eric, and Eric give it to Pat. But
Right,
now that
right,
we're
right.
back on the NFL tip, let's talk about these new coaching hirings. You
Yeah.
got D'Amico
They
Ryan's
said
going
they
back
said D'Amico
home.
they said D'Amico Ryan's
They
they
go
said
they send
D'Amico
him back
Ryan's up for
home.
failure. Yeah.
They send
But
him
I
back home,
mean,
man.
They set him up for failure. Bottom line,
Like
straight across the board.
I just don't understand. Like, this Houston Texan team, this organization is, again, a terrible organization. Um,
Terrible.
I feel like they only hire defensive coaches. Why? They
And they
always
haven't won anything.
They haven't won anything. They always hire defensive coaches, and they sign them to a 6 year deal. Is he going to see those 6 years? He might not
no,
even finish the first year.
we
They
might
have
not see
three
next year.
coaches for 3 seasons.
Right.
Nope.
I give him 3 at the most. 3 at the most.
3 at the most.
3.
Because he a hometown hero. Because he's a homer. You know, he was defensive player of the year there. D'Amico he had some games, in the Houston Texans jersey, but it's different when you on that sideline.
And trying to figure out
Well,
the
I
next
mean,
the OC on the other
again,
side.
he's an easy pick. The fan base is going to relate to it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Again,
Right,
he's
right.
got the He's got the I don't want to say the cushion, but again, he's going to work with what he's got. You already know he's in a situation where he's going to be losing, a lot more than he wins at first. He's just going to have to, they have to, trust in him that he could turn it around.
Yeah.
My thing is Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. Word.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. They had to do like so the Broncos gave up their 2023 first round pick and 2024 second round pick.
Second round pick,
And just to bring in Sean Payton.
I thought they was going to trade Russell Wilson.
Listen, the way the way they was talking, I'm like, yo, are they gonna trade him too? Like,
good. Trade Russell Wilson.
It's just crazy how,
what I'm saying?
This situation is going on with Denver, because you would think that we were talking about like the Texans or the Cardinals, like the way when you talk about the Broncos, it's like they have a starting quarterback. You have Russell. You have weapons on the offensive side. You have a pretty good defense. You have a pretty nice O-line. And it's like nobody wanted to coach this team. Nobody wanted to coach this team. You had people turning down the job. Like, please don't call me about this job.
Right. Jimmy don't live here. Right.
Yeah, they treating this like they was the Texans. I'm like, this is crazy. What is going on in Denver? And then I thought about it some more. I'm like, what if it's John Elway? He has been terrible.
It might be.
He has been terrible. He hit one time when he had an old Peyton Manning in a top 10.
But
defense.
how many times he had to do that before they hit? Absolutely, Yada. Absolutely.
That was it. He couldn't draft a quarterback. They brought in so many quarterbacks after Peyton Manning. Like, I feel like they had Brock there like twice, like Brock Osweiler there twice. They drafted Drew Luck. Like, it was terrible there. You think like this guy is a Hall of Fame quarterback and he can't find a quarterback? He can't
find a quarterback.
He can't find talent at the quarterback position, at the position where you're a Hall of Fame 2-time Super Bowl champion. You can't find someone to play that position. And then they finally make a splash in the pool and trade it for Russ. And then you bring him in with this incompetent coach and Nathaniel Hackett.
Hey, Yada. And took on Russ's contract from Seattle.
Took that. Yeah,
all that.
Took that money. Took all that money.
All that free money. All that free money, Russ.
And then you pair him with a guy in Nathaniel Hackett that didn't know how to coach his way out of a shoebox. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He made Russell Wilson look like he was
Russell. He made
Joe
Russell Wilson
Blow.
look like Grady Wilson.
He's looking crazy out there.
What you Fred?
He made Russell Wilson look like Russell Westbrook.
Playing football, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
No, but
I'm sorry. Word up, though, man. Like, again, the proof, these guys, we all know and love these guys who did it on the field, on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when they move upstairs, it's a whole different vibe. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're hanging around on the strength of what you did on the field, but when you're in that executive office and you're turning up, garbage seasons, like, you have to be discussed at some point. Not disgusted. That's the fan base. But you have to be discussed and talked about in the light, like we doing right now. Like, what's up, man?
Yes.
You know what I mean? You've been up there long enough, and this is what you give, that fan base.
Yep.
Can I put an anecdote?
I'm just saying.
That's like
Go ahead.
being a sportscaster. That's like Gronk being a sportscaster. He just don't fit. He don't fit. He looks stupid. I'm just keeping it real.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he does look a little
I'm not
opposite.
talking about the man, but they make it look like he's a doofus. They have him doing doofus stuff, and they
It's
talk
like
to him like
he's shooting a USAA commercial.
yeah. And the way the other sportscasters talk to him,
Right.
the way the other sportscasters talk to him, they talk down at him. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't got
Well,
this.
I mean, that's the position that he puts himself in. But at the end of the day, he's up there for whatever his expertise or lack thereof, or whatever the case may be. But
And
like
that's
you
the
said,
same
how
with
it comes off, right?
That's the same with this coaching. That's what I'm trying to parallel it to with some of these
Right.
coaches. They up there just for show, in a name, sell some tickets, sell some seats.
And again, they recycle the same names. Like you said, their names out there, you know what I mean? That you keep recycling these dudes, and you pulling dudes out that haven't been coaching for years. And you pulling them back into the mix when you got these young guys, give them a shot. You know what I mean? But just don't put them up there just to say that you fulfilled your Rooney Rule obligation.
Right. That's just like
Houston, Texas had three black coaches. 3.
And none of them was good.
And none of, three.
I think Cromie was the best one.
And are we counting Romeo Cornell? Is Romeo Cornell in that?
Cromie. Yeah, Cornell.
Yeah,
Cromie.
Romeo, yeah.
Oh,
That's what we call him, Cromie. Yeah, he was the best one.
He
was.
was.
The best one.
And you know what? I'm glad you point that out, because they was talking about the same thing, the Rooney Rule. They was giving the Panthers so much slack for hiring Frank Wright over Steve Wilkes. But when I'm looking at it, I said, well, from a person from the outside looking in, if I'm looking at Steve's resume and I'm looking at Frank Wright resume, I'm going to go with Frank, because one, he has recent victories. He came off winning the Super Bowl with the Eagles. The situation with the coach wasn't his fault. He was set up for failure there because Andrew Luck retired.
Quit on him.
Right there.
Yeah, he quit on him.
So he was set up for failure already. And then when you look at Steve Wilkes, I'm like, well, what have you done lately, Steve? The last time I saw you at a head coach position, you was trash. You had several losing seasons. So why should I put you ahead of this guy? Why? Because you're black? No, I'm looking at resume. I'm looking at what you are doing right now. The game has changed. The game has evolved, and you can't keep coaching the same way. So that's why I'm like,
you're right. And that's just like the Rooney Rule. It was put in by my Steelers. It wasn't to just say, well, you got like let's see what they call it,
affirmative action
going on. What it is give some of these black coaches that's good a look. You don't have to hire them, give them a look, let them come down.
Yeah,
that's the Rooney Rule. You don't have to have it.
Yeah,
give them a chance. We did good with Mike Tomlin.
So that's why they set them up with these fake ass interviews, so they can say, well, we interviewed this number of minority candidates for the job. We fulfilled our Rooney Rule obligation, but we're gonna hire this guy that's had 12 jobs already. You know what I mean? And we're gonna bring him in to think that he's gonna talk to these young kids, to these 20-year-olds.
Or if they do hire a black coach, is Lovie Smith. Like, how many jobs Lovie Smith can get?
I'm sorry. No disrespect.
When you say Lovie Smith, I think of the Chicago Bears every time.
Like, how many jobs? Like seriously, how many head coaching jobs is Lovie going to get? How many head coaching jobs is Todd Bowles going to get?
We remember Lovie Smith when he was the head coach when he didn't have a beard.
Exactly. He out there looking like the black Santa Claus on the sideline with his full gray beard going on.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
you
like
got the whole
it's
Uncle
the
Remus
same
thing
way.
going on. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's the same
Moses on
thing.
the
Like I
Moses on
don't
the
see
mount looking.
like I'm not trying to see that, but I totally
Wow.
agree. Like I feel like we need to see some more youth at at these coaching positions. Um, we have seen a lot of outdated football. I mean, look at
Yeah,
Mike McCarthy. His offense is outdated. Look what's going on in New England with Bill Belichick. He just rehired Bill O'Brien
Bill
again. Like,
O'Brien.
what are you doing for offensive coordinator? Like, you draft a kid in Matt Jones and you are destroying his career. You
It's called a
destroying
And then
grandpa thing.
you see Kellen Moore went from Dak Prescott to Justin Herbert.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then and then to add insult to injury, you see Nathaniel Hackett leave the
He
Broncos
went to
to
the Jets.
go to the Jets. Like
Oh, and shout out to my man Vincent B. He called Justin Herbert Justin Sherbert. That shit was funny as hell. He called him
because he
Justin
saw
Sherbert. I was like,
because he saw
oh.
because he
Hey, but you know
saw
I'm
what?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey,
He called him
it's
Justin
that.
Sherbert.
Hey, and I hate to say this, quote unquote. It's called the good old boy thing.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
yeah, we know that. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
the good old boy
Yeah,
circle
Absolutely.
going on.
it's a
They gonna
revolving
go
door
with what they're
of the
familiar with.
same
Yeah,
people.
recycle, absolutely.
Yeah, of the
Recycle.
same folks.
Word up.
Yeah.
Word
Word
up.
up.
So,
Yeah.
hey, Adam, what's your thoughts on Candace Parker going to Las Vegas?
Well, here we go, guys. We are now in the era of the super teams have invaded the WNBA. That's crazy. I did not see that happening. They already stacked. The Aces was already stacked without her. Now you add in Candace Parker. It's like, well, what team's going to beat them? Who's going to stop that? Who's going to stop that team? So now I'm looking at New York Liberty like, so are y'all
Brianna
going
Stewart.
to sign? Y'all gotta throw some money out here and sign this
It's
chick.
getting interesting, ain't it?
Yeah, because now she Seattle or New York. You already got a star in New York. You see what's going on in Vegas.
Right.
They whole starting lineup is an all-star team and future Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I'm looking at her like, so Sabrina, what you gonna do? What's the rest of the league gonna do? It's crazy. I can't believe it. It's gonna be fun to watch now. It's gonna be extremely fun just to see how this Vegas team shape. Um, scoring probably gonna be cut down some, for Kelsey, Aja, because now you
Mm-hmm.
got
Yeah,
another
of course.
here
Right.
with Candace.
That's like LeBron. That's like LeBron joining the team. You know what I mean? It's gonna be you just
I mean,
added extra sauce, like
yeah,
super extra sauce. Like
they are the Warriors
Another
with
20
Kevin Durant.
plus. Another 20 plus
yep,
to the
another
scoreboard.
20 plus.
Like
Another 20 plus.
that's crazy. It's like having Durant with the Warriors. Like how
Mm.
many championships they go? They just won a chip, and now Becky Hammond have this this ridiculous squad. What 3
It's really
championships?
Listen, check this out. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I know that the squad when you look at it, it's like a killer squad. But I always go back to the words of the immortal Vince Young. Yeah, I always go back to the words of the immortal Vince Young. When he said, we have a Pro Bowl team, an all-star team here, and you saw what happened.
Yeah.
So again, at the end of the day, they are super loaded, super stacked. But again, the WNBA, they're not the only team that's going to be loaded and stacked. They added some more games. Brittany Griner's coming home. It's going. This. I'm going to be more interested in this WNBA season, and I'm interested in the WNBA since the beginning. But I'm going to be super invested and interested in the WNBA to see now how that's going to work in Vegas, how the situation in New York is going to materialize, what they're going to do in Phoenix, how these other teams are going to be in the mix now. They lost Maya retired.
Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? And then you know, when you look at this free agency, you know,
we going overtime, y'all. Down in Sports Talk, we going overtime. Let's go, Yada.
You got Jaquel Jones already in New York, you know.
Yep.
So now we waiting for Breanna Stewart to make a decision. So when Breanna Stewart makes a decision, that's also going to reflect on Courtney Vandersloot too, of where she's going to go.
Right.
So we can now potentially have another quote unquote super team in New York.
Yep, that's right. Because I'm here. Breanna Stewart wants to play with the Libs. Yep.
Yeah. And then when we throw in names again like Brittany Griner, you know, with her, you know, hopefully, I'm hoping that she stayed with Phoenix. That would be, you know, a standard move for Phoenix alone, you know, to stand behind her. But to see her back in the court with Diana Taurasi, with that duo, it's going to be crazy. So
they got the new ownership. You know what I mean?
It's exciting in Phoenix, you know, especially like I said with the new ownership. It's going to be a really good season. I'm happy about the 40 games. You already know what my issue with the WNBA is. I need more teams.
They need to give them more money. They need to give them more money.
Yeah,
they need to be.
I feel like they need more teams. You know,
they need 30. They need 32 teams.
You need teams with every NBA team. That's what I've been saying all the time. I need
been saying it
from them to really have a true partnership with the NBA, because they can say, "Oh, we partner with the NBA," but no, I need a true partnership with the NBA that these owners need to commit.
Yeah, like in college or high school.
They need to commit
to men's team, you got a women's
WNBA team. If they can commit to having a D League squad, come on now.
That would be nice though. You'll have the men Lakers and the women Lakers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to change all that shit. Each city you would have the same squad. It'll be the men's version and a women's version.
Exactly. Just like, and everybody can eat.
Yeah.
Everybody can eat.
High school and college. They got the
speaking of meat. Word up. Listen, down in Sports Talk every Tuesday night, man, 8 to 9 p.m. Shout out, salute to Tiffany. Thanks to DJ for letting her rock with us. Salute to my man, Win Walker. Salute to my co-D in the building, the NFC champion. Yada Bear in the house.
That's right.
You want to play that? You want to play that song one more time to remind people, just in case they forget? I know we'll be hearing it this week and next week too. So
Eagles, fly. Let's go.
And on that note, we out. We'll see y'all next week, man, down in Sports Talk. Super Bowl week next week, y'all. We got Super Bowl predictions, talk about the game and all that good stuff, yo.
Man,
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you. Hey, Win, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere, Win.
Too. Don't forget Pro Bowl, flag football next week.
Oh yeah. We gotta give flag football.
Wow.
Hey, listen, a portent of things to come.
And I know Hawaii is missing that money.
Oh,
hey, don't go nowhere, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next week, yo. Down in Sports Talk. We out. Peace.